Hi guys, it's your girl Esther. Yes! Oh, this is a very special day. It is extremely special because I have got the OGs back together. You see, you guys, you think I don't listen. You think I don't read the comments. Me, I saw, I read, and I made it happen. So I spoke to production, Andy, the team, and we finally came to an amazing agreement where we would do a Christmas special for you guys. So guys, I hope you guys are excited as much as I have been to get this together. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it.
Ooh. Hey back chat, sorry there's just a lot here, I was confused. Hey back chat, I'm approaching my 30s and get a lot of interest from guys but can't seem to find the guy I actually want to settle down with. Did I write this? I've been told not to be picky because I'm getting older as a woman. Realistically, does age affect the chances of getting what I want?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good question.
But wait, I just have to say, welcome back.
Welcome what?
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Why you saying
Welcome
that?
back.
You said that twice.
I definitely heard that.
Simple thing you can't say.
Can you imagine?
Welcome back.
You said that.
Go and learn how to speak English.
And can I just say, I'm happy everyone is here.
Exactly.
May God guide us during
Amen.
this topic. Max, you want to open with a prayer?
No, it's okay.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, wait, Mandem, before we start here, what do you think about how the ladies are looking tonight?
It goes without saying. Let's continue. We know the.
No, but we want to hear you say
Why don't you say it? Yes.
Okay, anyway, back to the question. Basically, should she be less picky because she's getting older?
Can you read it one more time, please?
Hey back chat, I'm approaching my 30s and get a lot of interest from guys but can't seem to find the guy I actually want to settle down with. I've been told not to be picky because I'm getting older as a woman. Realistically, does age affect the chances of getting what I want?
There's no point you just settling for someone and then down the line something happens and you guys can't be together because at the age of 30 you want to be with, you're building with someone.
You've waited this long
You're trying to build with someone.
Settling is not my portion.
Exactly.
So how long are you willing to wait?
And also, that's not the question. The question says, does age have an effect in getting what I want realistically? So, do you know what? I completely agree with the idea that you shouldn't just settle because you are getting older. However, I think it's reductive to suggest that.
Reductive is started.
Calm down, relax.
Start your
Which
bullshit.
one is reductive? I was with you, then you said reductive, and I was just completely bamboozled.
Start the bullshit.
Which one
Let's
is
go,
reductive
let's
now?
go.
Wait.
Be going.
It's reductive to suggest that.
But explain the reductive part. I'm lost.
You don't know what it means?
No, I don't. What's reductive?
Why is it reductive?
I'll tell you why it's reductive. Because
Are you people mad? What is reductive?
Like you're making it a smaller issue than it is.
it's like simplifying something down to a base level of the conversation, rather than exploring the full possibility of the conversation. You make a statement that just reduces it down to the surface level, innit?
Like long story short.
Guy, be going.
The reason I say that is to suggest that age doesn't make a difference, because it's not as simple as saying don't review your viewpoints or what you like, because in actual fact, in reality, age is a massive factor in how people feel about themselves. The only reason I'm saying that is from a growth perspective. What you wanted at 21 as a 21-year-old isn't the same thing you want as a 30-year-old.
I mean, for most normal people, I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but do you know what? But people behave or have that conversation as if to say you have the same morals and the same views and same standpoints for a whole decade. Like, oh, I wanted this now, I have to want it when I'm 29 or 28. It's okay to accept and say out loud that actually I might want to review what I want and think about what I want for my next 10 years or whatever.
It seems like this topic is shaking some people's tables. Now, with these sort of topics, you need to be careful how you angle it. You get, because there's some people on the panel that relate to this sort of question. So, stepping on eggshells here with this sort of thing. Isn't me that?
I think there's also added pressure from family. I don't know if I'm talking from an African perspective, like if that...
As always.
Yeah, if that girl is an African woman, she's going to be getting pressure from her mum, her aunties, all the additional outsiders.
Yeah, but the pressure is good pressure though.
Particularly, I feel like age, unfortunately, that's why a lot of young people get married fast, like in today's society, because I know a lot of people that are married and now 2 years down the line are getting divorced.
I feel actually people having children at a later date. I feel like more people actually waiting because more people are now career driven and all of that. Actually, more people are getting.
I do think culture applies pressure. I think a lot of aunties apply pressure on their daughters to do the things they never done, and it's a bit unfair, to be fair with you. It is a bit unfair. I believe that culture, you should take the meat and throw away the bones. So take what's good, and then the rest, put in the trash.
The longer you wait, to find your partner, this is my point of view.
Okay.
The more time you're giving other people to find their partners.
So the market is shrinking.
So collect him now. Collect him now.
We're women, we're hot at a specific age, we're hot in our 20s. Past 30, then it's like,
Oh no, I'm a beacon, not me, sir.
You're throwing shade.
I'm not saying that this is gonna eradicate all the good men. Oh, no one's gonna come for you. Now finish your damaged goods. I'm not saying that. But the older you get, men are off the market too. These women get married at 25. They're not marrying ghosts. They're also marrying men. So they're off the market. So you have less to pick from. Am I making any sense here?
I feel like especially when as a woman, when you get to a certain age, people start projecting their fears about like your motherhood and like your romantic relationships and so on and so forth. They start projecting the fears that they have onto you. I feel like half the time someone might be perfectly fine and not really stressed about it, but everyone's filling your head with this, that and other about how you should be at this position, you should have accomplished this, you should have established this by now. That anxiety plays into then finding a partner.
Nowadays, 30s is the age where women are settling down. Women want to be bosses.
But that's
Women
too
wanna
late, though.
No, it's not too late, Esther.
It's too late.
I want
Too late to do what?
Me personally, I want to have kids and get married in my 30s because I feel like it's the right age. 30s for me is spot on. I think that's the right age to get married and have kids. Look at that woman on Real Housewives. She had her kids at 50.
Problem got down so lele. Look at the stupid references on camera.
The show is even called Real Housewives, and you're saying
No,
it.
I feel like the pressure isn't real. Like, the society has changed.
I believe 30 is too late based on cultural reasons. But I do also agree with what Nunu is saying. You know what it's like, especially if you've grown up in an African household. When you hit 22, 23, 24, the first questions that are going to come out of your aunties, uncles, grandma's mouth is, when will you marry? When are you going to give me grandchildren?
I think the age don't mean nothing but a number, as they say, because I feel like the more older you get, it's even better. I think that your career should have banged for you. Like for me, as a 23-year-old, in 7 years' time, I should be a millionaire. So by the time I'm 30, everything's secure for me, everything's settled for me, and that's when I can actually start thinking of, building with someone else. Girl, you early, man. You got loads of time.
The age thing is subjective to the culture you're coming from.
Thank you.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
I think every culture puts different ages to it.
Yes.
Some cultures, you have to be 18. They will marry you off. You don't have a choice. Straight away, like you're signing a contract. And then there's other cultures where they give you time to breathe. But then now we've all come over here to the West. We're in the West, isn't it? Yeah. We've all come here to the West,
Like you're saying
and
the prayer, I can feel
everything.
it. Keep going.
And everything has changed now. So everybody's just has their own ages. And I know a lot of women that compare. For me, what I've seen in our society is that women compare a lot. Like that my friend got married at 25. Yeah. What about me? So it's no longer a culture thing anymore. Now it's purely comparison. Like my friend got married. What about me?
Especially because of social media, that comparison thing. It's like they've given it, put it on steroids.
I think age does affect the chances of you being married or finding that man initially that you want. Probably because there are younger women being born every day, and there are pretty women. It's like, I don't know. It's like cooked food. It's there every day. They just keep coming, So, yeah, your chances are slimming indeed.
I think it's more about children. I think if women didn't have the pressure of having children, I don't think there would be an issue.
For me,
it's because we do have a time limit. Men can have children when they're 50. We can't. Do you know?
Aria, do you agree that women age as they have kids?
Huh?
Do you agree with that? That women age as they have children?
No. Because I have a
Your
child.
body changes,
And your face, you also age as well. Do you agree with that statement?
Come on, I'm 32, going on 33. There's women,
Coke bottle, flower body.
There's women, who are 22, and I'm sorry, I got a child, I'm a mum.
Yes,
I'm in my 30s, and I look better than some 21-year-olds out there. So what?
Max, in answer your question, no, having a child does not age you. Obviously, your body does change. It does. Some people even after about 2 years.
So that change, isn't that change aging?
No, but it's changing your body physically. But then it's because your hormones change. So when your hormones change, your body, the physicalities of your body will change. Your facial, even when you're pregnant, your nose expands. Your mouth might expand.
So do you look older? Do you look older?
Yeah, that's the question I was.
Do you look older? That's what I'm trying to say.
So you age.
Giving birth does not make you age.
But once you
It's not an opinion, it's science. The two, like, birth is not a causality of aging. I don't understand.
For me, like, that resonated a little bit because it was more personal. Because, you know, I think even when we started this, we was always a bit younger and whatnot, and we've all sort of grown. I think age plays a big factor. I think what you said at the beginning, the idea of not settling is what everybody, you know, starts off life with, you know. As men, we're the alpha males and you start off your life and it's the hunter sort of thing. You're out there to just chase what life is, you know, offers. And, you know, same for women, you know, it's level up, you know, I want to be a boss bee and all of that kind of stuff. And in your prime is when you're, you know, you're most active and most strong and your will strong and what you desire strong. And as you grow older, life, society, all of these things shape how much strength you have with that desire, how much strength you have with that, you know, appeal. So for me, I'm telling you now, and I think I said this in the first season when we started this, like, there's things you desire at 18, when you get to 21 it changes. When you get 25 it changes. At 30 now, I'm at a place where, like, a lot has changed. Some of my principles remain the same, but how I practice those principles, how
does that affect you in dating? How you look at women?
Do you know what? I think it's easier for me now because I know exactly what I want.
Amen. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Because you know what you want, the wait is longer.
That's not true. That's not true.
Because you know what you want, the wait in most times is longer because you're gonna see a lot of riffraff girls. You're just gonna be like, no, and then the criteria shrinks. The criteria keeps shrinking because your image of what a life is changing over time. But on a woman's perspective, I think to them that's beating them up. It's like, I can't find him. Where is he? What's going on? And I'm growing. Oh, me myself, I've never actually compared myself to anyone in terms of success or anything like that. I don't compare because for me it's like we're on two different time zones. I compete. Don't get me wrong. I compete a lot in business and whatnot. But comparison is the cousin of the devil. Comparison is the cousin of you're actually killing yourself. You know, you're destroying the work of your own hands. Yeah.
I think, personally, it depends how you see. I think a lot of how you see dating is very dependent on how you see yourself.
Yes.
And I feel like it's the way you interact, the things you accept, the things you want is very reflective of what you think of yourself. Yes. And so we talk about like, oh, you know, you're getting older. The older I get, the less I give a shit because I'm not being funny, but who has time? Like there's so many things to appreciate. There's so many good things around you. I feel like worrying about a man, the older I get, the more ridiculous it seems.
Lying, lie detector comes up 10.
With this whole relationship stuff, this getting old stuff, a lot of girls tend to say, oh, I'm getting to the point where I don't even care. Okay, I get it. You might not care, but deep down, when you're in your room, eating rice, chilling, the back of your mind, you will be thinking deep down, it will be nice to have someone with you.
I'm 29 now and I'm single as a Pringle, but the older I get, the less stressed I feel about finding someone. There's just too many variables that I can't control. So it's just kind of like, what's the point in me getting anxious about it and worrying about it when there's just so many things I can't control? All I need to do is make sure I'm the best version of myself and I'll bump into the right guy eventually. I mean, what you gonna do? Pray on it though. I've been praying hard.
Now, obviously, growing up as young girls, the goal was to get married and have children.
25,
yeah, exactly. But now where I'm at, like for example, at the age I'm at now, 2 years ago I wished to get married. 3 years ago I wished to get married. But because of the examples that are set before me, such as people getting married at young ages, and me being able to see the breakdown of a marriage, me being able to say,
just tied into exactly what you just said. Too much comparison. Why are you comparing your life to the
Marriage is a sweet thing. Marriage
marriage is a sweet thing.
No, I'm not comparing it, but I'm sorry. You have to learn from other people's mistakes. You get what I'm saying? I know a couple that got married at 21 years old, and now it's a shambles. And because they rushed, let me finish, please. And this is because they rushed it. So what I'm trying to say to you is, at the age I'm at now, I do have the pressures of my family trying to say, yo, do it. But now I'm like, Mum, what if I don't want to get married? And it's not because of, it's not a desire, it's still a desire, but I would like to make the right choices and not rush. Do you understand? Because like Ariette said, Ariette, you got married and now
I
you're
was just
divorced.
about to say, by the age of 26, I was married and I had a child. Yeah, and like I said, we got together when we was like 16 years old and we was young. So what you look for when you're 16 years old is very different from when you look for when you're 25. Because when you grow and you become your own woman, you want to find a reflection of who you are. And that's why sometimes when you are together with someone at a very young age, you might grow apart because you become your own self, you find yourself.
Hola, that's all stories. How long are you willing to wait for your man?
Oh wait, what's the rush?
What's the rush? But biscuit.
You lot just said your body does this, your body does that. You know what? Hold on. Can I open my mouth? What you lot don't do is, especially girls, you lot are not realistic with yourself, and you're not realistic with your type.
No, you don't need a marriage to have a child, you know. Sex gives you child.
Am I even talking about marriage?
Just remember that. You don't need to get married to have a child.
About marriage?
And who's looking for that kind of girl?
No,
bro.
No, that's not trash. That's not trash. It's not trash. It's not trash.
Oh, you don't need a girl, your man to get a baby, you know. You can just have sex. From the stance and the shit that you talk, I can't stand this stuff. Like, be real to yourself.
You said with your own man, your body changes, right? So what I'm trying to say to you, you don't need marriage. Yes, I'm talking about the process of having a pregnancy. No, but the difference is pregnancy and marriage are two different things.
And then you start coming out with you don't need a man to have sex. Trash talk.
Listen to what I'm saying, Biscuit. Listen to what I'm saying. We spoke about pregnancy. You said your body changes. Now that pregnancy is a separate situation to marriage. That's what I'm just trying to say. Do you get where I'm coming from? Do you get what I'm saying? So him saying trash, throw that trash out the window. Don't call me trash.
No. It's very trash. The statement you made.
Okay, don't call me trash, Miss Lucas. Don't call me trash. Do not call, because I'm far from trash. I'm far from trash. You are the trash. You know you're trash. Don't call me fucking trash. You're trash. You are trash. Yeah, you are trash. Bring out your service history. You're trash, bro. You're trash. What do you mean? How you calling me trash? How you calling me trash? You're trash. Nah, your service history's done out here. Your service history's done.
Can we calm down, please? Can we just calm down?
She knows what she's doing. She's triggered. To be honest, like, I'm probably like baffed there. Like, you're clearly like triggered. Clearly, like, this is probably close to home. Now, the one thing I would say to you is to just accept the reality and be true and real to yourself, because I didn't say anything that should trigger you. Why are you triggered? You know, like, are you trash? I mean, the statement you said was for the situation, trash. Like, it's not what we're talking about. We're talking about growth. You know, now me and you are arguing. We're pros in this. Come on, G.
He called me trash. That's what he did. He called me trash. So he needs to choose his languages right. We don't need to abuse people here. Don't abuse people. Did he not say that? Go, did he not say that? Girls like you are trash. So don't chat shit. Don't backtrack. Don't backtrack. Now you're saying what I said is trash. I've been on this, doing this back chat for a very long time, and I've been on this panel for a good 4 or 5 seasons. There's a certain level of respect that we should all have for each other, because I don't call none of these men out of their name, even when I do not agree with what they are saying. Because half the time, sometimes I believe that they're chatting shit. Who is Lucas to say my opinion or my view is trash, or I am trash for my opinion? Who are you? And I feel like for a long time, he's been able to get away with being rude and disrespectful based on the fact that he doesn't agree with what we say. This is a debate show. You may not understand, you may not agree, but the whole point is to understand each other's perspective.
Chill. All I said with my mouth and my perfect teeth.
We've heard you, Biscuit.
No, I didn't hear Biscuit.
Listen, all I said with my mouth and my perfect teeth. That's all I said. I said girls are not realistic with what they want. That is it. Look at yourself before you look outside.
That's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing.
Basically, it's right, because you was comparing. You were saying, oh, other people at 21 years
no,
old.
I'm saying, unfortunately, in this world that we live in, you'll be foolish to not learn from the mistakes of others. So if I see someone that's 21 years old, has got married, has even said Esther, listen, the one advice I'll give young people is
Take time.
Take time. If someone gives you the advice, listen, take your time. Don't rush, because the mistake I made was I was fast. I just saw love. I saw marriage as what my parents see. I know that, but you have to take advice from others. Do you know what I'm saying? So
How do you know every advice is good advice? If you listen to everyone, there's bad lessons come to your head.
You have people who have been in unsuccessful marriages who will tell you to your face, don't marry potential. Right? So that is good advice that you will need to take, because that person has been married.
That's subjective.
That's very questionable.
Yeah, but guys, can we not be silly now? Advice is always subjective, so that's a moot point.
You have to be a fool to not take advice from somebody who's been through something you are now about to go through. The same way we take advice from people who are still married after 80 years or 70 years or however long they've been married for. It's the same way you need to take advice from someone who has been divorced, someone who has been married and you yourself, you're single. It makes sense. So if someone's saying don't marry potential, or, you know, that after a certain age, your youthful beauty and, you know, you become old inside and outside.
You cannot be using hypervisible people as a benchmark for what's going to happen to you, because part of the reason they are attractive is because they're hypervisible and they've achieved something. So if you're looking at somebody in the social eye, or somebody who's rich and thinking, look how their relationship turned out, me too, it's going to be like that. The people are attracted to them because of who they are. You yourself, you're eating granuts and cocoyam inside your bedroom. You're not the same.
Growing up as women, you know, where we play with houses, toys and blah, blah, blah. We're playing house. Mm-hmm. Boys are playing football. They don't play house at a young age. So we grow up thinking we want to Prince Charming, we want men to do this, that. We already have an idea of what we want. So that's what we look for. We look for a man who is perfect. There's no bloody man that's perfect. Exactly. So when you start getting into a relationship like this one lies unprovoked, this one cheats, blah, blah, blah. Cool, it will mess up your idea of men. So when you get older, you realise you're not going to settle regardless. Yeah.
Bro, Andy, I don't want to stop anyone. Leave them all.
I want let them stay. Let them stay there. Because I've got fire in my belly. I can't
let them sit there, bro. I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's hard, man. Fuck.
I'm easy either way.
To give other people a chance. Yeah, 100%.
But Nunu, you're not discreet at all.
So I think we should vote out. Go.
Yeah. I say that. No, but Arik's married, so she's good for this one.
It makes sense to put her in there.
20 seconds.
How can we vote them 3 hours?
Cool. Should we just be like all of them? Get
Everybody out.
He hasn't said much.
Yeah, we can. He never said
The ones
much.
that said the most.
that's my point. Yeah.
No. Yeah, that's true. But then
That's the whole point.
I don't even know who. What did you guys
Got 2 guys.
okay, we've decided to eliminate all of them. I'm joking. Wale and Lucas.
Lucas has just given a lot, so just the opportunity to give someone else to speak.
Exactly.
And Wale hasn't said much, but he never really does.
I'm just here for the show. I'm here to watch.
Hell, chai. They've gone and voted our boy Wale off the panel. Unfortunately, I'm not surprised, because if it's not comedy, Wale doesn't have anything to say. He'll be there making jokes. This is where jokes get you in life. Funny guy. You want to be Mr. Funny Man? They will vote you off, bastard.
Wale, this was a very easy decision. Easier than the right match. We've come to film again and you haven't said anything. It's like, you're even in this corner, this specific corner. I don't understand. It's like the corner just makes you mute. You don't have anything to say. So you're eliminated.
Lads, give us 2 girls. Who's going to speak on your behalf?
So we've decided that we're getting Nunu. You didn't really talk as much in this one. I think it wasn't really for you, the subject matter. And Esther.
Peace. I don't give a fuck.
To be honest, it was just a collective decision.
Why?
He answered, it was a collective decision.
Actually, this is a good thing. You two go talk.
Go and fight in the room over there.
This is what pisses me off. Yeah? I want to come here, do a good debate with my OGs, day ones, you know, show these lot how it's really done, you know, touch on proper topics, shed some light. make the people know what they've been missing. You wanna fight with me? Now man's getting voted with that. Like, you go shit with it. Like, come on.
They voted me out. I'm not surprised. Like, I'm heated. I'm pissed off. I'm irritated. I think it's even best that I step out, because right now my mindset is not in this debate, because I'm still lingering and holding on to what this guy said I am.
I feel like for me, when I go into these debates, I let people talk first before I give them the fire. So they should have kept me in, because I actually had a lot to say. But it's not Esther and Lucas ranting and rambling. I would have had an opportunity to actually talk. How dare they kick me off?
All right, so I've just come in. It sounds like a madness. I want to know what this topic is, where it's going, and how I'm supposed to slot myself in between all this shouting, because this is a madness.
Okay, so I'm just going to reiterate the question, because we've got some new people then. So basically, it's asking, as you get older, as a woman, do your chances decrease to find the man you want? No, and this nigga's laughing.
That's Halloween laugh.
I feel like with this whole thing about the chances of finding someone that you want, I don't know if you can say that's certain. I mean, it depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for an older man, if you're looking for a younger man, if you're looking for someone who's in the same career path as you, if you're looking for someone who wants to have kids and get married within 2 years, or you're not really, but all of that stuff is gonna tie into the fact of how likely it is you're gonna find someone. And I feel like the older you get, the more you realize there's so many variables you cannot control. Like we go on, like we can strategize and and we can there's a foolproof way to find the perfect partner. And I feel like a lot of it is dumb fucking luck. It's dumb luck, and if you have the right attitude.
I don't think luck. I don't think it's luck. I think it's wisdom. Wisdom. Wisdom is what will attract a good husband.
What guarantees that you're going to navigate the same space as someone you can spend the rest of your life with?
So what's very dangerous about this whole pressure on age is that's why people get into really toxic relationships, because they feel, you know what, like you were saying, basically we now need to find that guy, we're 30, there's no time. So to answer that girl's question, take time, my darling, because you don't want to...
But Aria, are you meant to find the guy, or is the guy meant to find you?
I'm not looking in that sense.
Looking, it's his job.
But the thing is,
I think that's part of wisdom.
Come across my life.
If you stay put, it will find you.
She's saying that she doesn't want to be picky.
It's not about
That's what the question is saying. She's saying, is she being too picky? So by her saying, is she being too picky, is because there's this pressure, as you're saying, that if you're a certain age or getting close to a certain age, for example, like as said, a man might want to marry you, but you might be too close to 30, he might think the chances of you having a child are quite slim. I know in like African culture, for example, yeah, I've had this so many times where aunties and stuff will say, oh, you're being too picky. Well, you want a man that doesn't have children, for example, you're being too picky. Oh, you want a man that hasn't been married before, you're being too picky. You're making your dating pools.
You're choking the requirement.
But then you're saying the wisdom element. So how do those two tie together?
Let me explain that. Hold on. Let me explain that. Why I think wisdom is a tying into that is because let's look at, we're talking about picking us in one direction, like you're picking someone, yeah, or you're choosing what you want in the future.
Reciprocated.
Thank you, and that's why I'm going to go with that. Wisdom also comes from understanding who you are as an individual. So sometimes the reason why it's pickiness, and that's what I'm saying, sometimes it's a cop-out when people say, take your time. You should take your time. But what a lot of people do is use that statement and things like self-love. I believe in the true meaning of that, but people use that as a cop-out to not look at their own personal character. Yes, it becomes a coping mechanism for when you don't find what you want because you didn't reflect upon who you are. And what happens is, when you don't do that, you can never find a partner who's going to accept you for who you are because you don't know who you are.
But that's exactly what I'm saying.
Preaching, bro. You're preaching.
You have to look inside before you look outside.
But that's exactly what I was trying to say. It's about you finding a reflection of yourself. It's about you finding a reflection of yourself. So if you haven't found yourself, you shouldn't be going into any other relationship. Do the work first.
All this find yourself. When you find yourself, what does that look like?
I'm telling you. I'm going to tell you. Hold on, I haven't finished.
In relationship, you don't need to finish. Let me finish for you. 1 minute.
But you know what I'm going to say.
Wait, I'm coming on a different angle. Do you know why?
But I didn't finish my angle. I can take it somewhere else.
Do you know why? Because all of that stuff is a lot of cliche stuff. What the
hell are you doing?
River, let him land. I beg you.
Hey, your phone came up.
Mic.
That's why the mic dropped.
Because I'm helping you. I'm gonna give you shortcuts, but you got the long way.
Understand yourself is not cliche, absolutely not. People use it as a cliche because they don't understand what that truly means. You ask me what it looks like here. Know what it is like to respect another human being. Know what it is like to be caring. Know what it's like to be understanding. Whether or not you want to call them cliches, those are simple, basic things that human beings need to.
And that's what I'm saying. They're covered.
No, that's the thing. For a lot of people, they're not. For a lot of people, they're not.
You're saying they're covered as a generalization. They are not covered because a lot of people in society are struggling with the basics of human decency between you and another person. But that's the reason why so many relationships are failing, because people don't understand.
Riva, a part of understanding yourself is also vision. Yes. Knowing where you're going and where is that person also going as well.
Please, like you just said, you want to travel and you want to be a bit past and the missus want to travel and all these kind of...
That's understanding yourself.
Stuff. Guys, that is far down the line. And why I'm going to say that's far down the line, when you get into a relationship, right, one of the golden rules there, is not even about the list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's something about your relationship, a certain level of connection that allows both of you, no matter kind of what happens, to work through it. That's the golden.
That's not a good foundation.
Hold on. No. What the foundation is based on, listen. That's in the relationship. That's not the start of it.
No, she ain't got.
That's not the start of it. That is not the start of the relationship. That's when you've got to a certain point, and that's what brings the growth, right? Now, when we're using the word picky, that is very specific. We've got to a point now where you can describe it as being a bit extra. There's some fundamental stuff like, you know, if you're basic, you know, you respect, you know, you take care of yourself, at least it will kick off a decent, casual communication with you and this guy. Do you get what? To kick off something basic is a development of that requires, you know, this special thing that I'm talking about.
So you going
now?
That's what I want to know, cuz. So no one's disagreeing with that. No one's disagreeing with.
You know how you said you got to know yourself. This is why I'm talking about that stuff. When you get in a relationship, you get to even know yourself even more. No. Yes.
That's a bit 50-50.
No, bro, she's right. You discover a bit of yourself.
She's right. You do learn about yourself in a relationship, but to get in a relationship, you need to love yourself.
Not everyone has lived long enough biologically to experience everything about yourself. There are situations that you have not been in that if you get in, you will discover a new side to yourself. So what I'm trying to say,
you do that when you're single as well,
Riva is correct in the sense where she says,
you're both correct.
Yeah, you are. Riva's correct in the sense where when you get together, you would discover things about yourself. You didn't know that small certain habits will irritate you.
Yeah. But can I say something though? I think we're overestimating people's ability to be introverted and retrospective, because I'm telling you now, ideally. But wait, man, this happens every time I speak. Can I please finish? I speak for like 0.5 seconds, then someone cuts me off. What I'm saying is, that is an ideal scenario. That is what should happen when you are in relationships. But navigating the world how it should be and how it
is very different.
So in theory and in reality.
You will always get with the wrong person. You will always marry the wrong person. No, then it's never going to ever be perfect.
I'm not finished. I literally speak for 30 seconds and someone cuts me off.
Technical difficulties.
Right, and so what I'm saying is, ideally, that is what should happen in a relationship. But if you cannot even do that yourself, you are not ready for anyone to hold a mirror up to you. You're not ready.
Why are we talking about? Just bring this back to that.
But what do you mean? Why are we going like this?
We all got those issues. When are they ever going to vanish? We've all got problems. We've all got we've all got issues.
No one is disputing that. Yeah, but Riva, who said that?
For them to go.
You can deal with that though.
Yeah, exactly. You can also work in a relationship and work on that. So you want to be perfect before you find love?
No, we're not even saying that. We're not saying that.
We're talking over each other.
The question actually says, does age affect the chances of getting what I want? Because she is 30, she's getting a lot of interest from other guys, and she thinks that she's being picky. The question says, does age affect your chances? Yes, it can. Simple as. It can. 1 second, let me finish. Age can affect what you're looking for in a guy for so many different reasons. Age can affect the guy you're looking for. For one, like for example, if she's 30 and she's trying to date a 45-year-old man, you're in two completely different places. You might be 30, you just ready to settle down. Wait, I'm not disputing you at all. You are 30, you might not even be looking for a 45-year-old, or he might come your way and you're in a different place. For example, if a 45-year-old came my way and you weren't patterned, I'm sorry, it's not gonna work. 40, 35, it's not even gonna work because as far as I'm concerned, I'm expecting you to get a certain
25?
level. I'm expecting you 25. No, I'm gonna give you more leeway. That's what I'm saying. So it depends on what you're looking for.
So age doesn't affect you. Nothing affects you. Depends on what you're looking for.
I'm approaching 30, and I guess for me, I don't worry about age being a massive factor in the dating game or in me settling down because I know what I bring to the table. And I know that in 5 years, when I've done more work on myself, that I'm going to bring even more to any table that I sit at. So I don't think age is a limitation for me. I think that I've seen it several times where people are 40, 45, 50, and they get married and they're happy. So that's the aim of the game. Happiness, love, and loyalty.
I feel like age affects because I feel like when we talk about historically, particularly with women, I feel like there's... please don't kill me. A sell-by date in regards to how women have been perceived because obviously, you know, having kids and stuff like that. And then on top of that, historically, women haven't had the opportunity to make decisions in terms of who they want to marry. It's always been, for example, you know, you stay in your parents' house until you get collected by your husband. Now we live in a generation where women are better educated.
Can I just say, it's really nice how everyone lets you speak. That's really lovely.
That's right, we love you. We love you.
Women are in a way completely different position than, let's say, our grandmothers were. Do you know what I mean? Where they were kind of just, whomever come and it looked good, they'll go. Whereas now you have a decision. If the person isn't up to your standard, you don't have to take them. And I think that's a positive thing because it's like, but going back to what Reva said.
When you get to where you get exactly. You're doing that thing again. You're doing that thing again. And this is what I was going to say. Listen, yeah.
What? I've got my standards. I've got my preferences, and then I've got my standards.
Don't worry. When you get to 35, that preference will come low. Trust me.
Hold on.
Don't worry. Life will humble you. Don't worry. When you get to 35, you will start questioning yourself. Then that preference, that pickiness will now go.
It's like, no, it's how you hold your standards at the end of the day.
Oh, get out there, man. How you hold your standards?
I can't lie. Ariel, I'm not hearing that. When you get to 35, let me lift your bum for you. Hold on, let me lift your... When you get to 35 and life starts dragging you left and right, your preference will now go, then you will settle down.
Okay. Hold on. Does that person you want you?
That's even true. Are you your type?
It's okay to have standards, but you also have to remember, that everybody is not perfect in this life. So you can have your standards, but you have to also understand that relationships is about compromise.
And give room for that. Thank you. Give room for compromise.
That's why I said standards and preferences.
I know I said you have a sell-by date, so please don't kill me for that. But also, it's good to have standards. It's good to know what you want and what you expect to come to a table. But just beware that to whom much is given, much is required. Everybody settles. There's gonna be a point where everybody has to settle, but settling doesn't have to be on bad terms. Settling can be on your terms.
All I was trying to basically say is I've done a lot of work in me. So, for example, I was in a very toxic relationship. I was broken as a woman. I picked up my pieces by God's grace and I picked myself up. And at the end of the day, I'm not then going to just rush because, oh, my days, Harriet, you're now in your early 30s. Because the thing is, I've done everything. What people are looking for, I've been married. I've had a child. So I had a family that a lot of people want. I've been there, done that. But this time round, I need to make sure that this one is correct.
Sorry, you can never make sure. You can never make sure. But go on.
I'm not going to invest. I'm not going to do all this work in myself for me to just settle for the next man that comes along. I'm not.
I understand what you're saying. No one is disagreeing with that. But like what most people do, they have the conversation like it's them versus man or man versus girl. Hold on. It's you versus time. So eventually, it's a conversation you're going to have with yourself, whether or not your principles are working.
God's got me. God's going to send me my king. I'm all right.
Ariel, you sound like you're vexed about something, Ari.
At 30, okay, cool. Your chances are slimmer, let's say. Can we all agree? Can we all agree?
Talk amongst yourself.
It affects your chances. Hold on. It affects your chances of finding. It affects your chances of finding someone. But you can't settle because whether you marry someone at 25 or not, if you're not compatible, you're going to divorce regardless. So you marry someone at 35 and you're not compatible,
you will settle. 100% you will settle.
Risky.
2019, you will settle, guaranteed. You will settle.
That's why you settled. That's why you look sad.
Me, I'm happy.
You settled.
Me, I'm happy. Look at my skin glowing. My teeth is white. Me, I'm not stressed. It's you guys that have time clock. I don't have time clock. I'm okay.
Biscuit. I think the issue is that everyone's using the word settling after 30. Automatically, you're joining these two words together as though to say after 30, you have to settle. That's not the case. I think that as time goes on, I think we're being unrealistic if you're saying that you're going to maintain the same standards and preferences that you have at this age now in 10 years. That's unrealistic. I've seen, hold on.
You shouldn't. They should change. They should not stay the same.
They will change over time. And what Biscuit is saying is 100% true, whether we want to hear it or not. By the time you're 40, a lot of women are not looking for the same things. There's things that you will manage. There's things that you're willing to compromise on because of age. When you're 25, a lot of girls now are saying, oh, I want a guy that can drive. I want a guy that has a car, yeah? At my age, I don't necessarily care about that. I care more about the fact that you have a job that you can maintain. You understand? So as time goes on, it will change.
Hold on, I don't like the fact that we look at settling as some sort of negativity.
Yes.
Settling is not necessarily negative.
But it's being used in a negative way.
Settling is not necessarily a negative thing.
It's not even settling, it's adjusting. You make adjustments.
Yeah.
That's the word.
I like that one. That your head. If I cut your head like this, well done. That's the word.
Adjustment Bureau.
I'm not saying go and have 5 man, but I'm saying settling is not necessarily a bad thing. When we say settling, we often look at, oh yeah, it's completely not what I wanted. The reality of the situation is everybody is going to settle because there is no perfect person. You could have a list of 10 factors and you might meet someone that meets 8. You're settling because they don't meet that full 10.
To also add on, you attract what you are. So if you are a riffraff will come. Do you understand?
Not necessarily though.
I get what you're saying, but not always.
More time.
The reason why I'm saying that is because as a woman, you're like a flower. A lot of guys will come. A lot of guys will come.
Wait till he lands.
They will look and see and analyze. Once they realize riffraff movements, they back off. They will get what they want and leave. And you don't want that. You want full-time commitment. So what I'm trying to say is work on your inside. Work on your mind, work on your spirit.
Love everyone.
God, you are excellent. My God, well done. You get
Thank
simple.
God. I can really understand what the social pressure is in terms of settling down and getting married, especially being young and from an African background. Your mom, your dad, your uncle, your uncle's dog, everybody's getting on to you about when will you marry? When will you marry? But how you deal with that and when you decide to settle down is entirely up to you. Don't let anybody rush you. But don't use that as an excuse to sit around for 45 years not doing anything. Because my friend, the time matters, okay?
So on behalf of the whole Backchat team, we would like to just wish you guys a very, very
Merry
Christmas!
Guys, it's been a journey. It has. Yes, and
Oh, right, this is a message.
Yes, man. And I just feel like I just wish you guys so much love and success. I want to see every single one of you guys win.
Amen.
Supporting each other.
Amen.
And thank you for everyone that's been supporting us.
2020 is our year.
You said that last year. You said that last year still.
Merry Christmas!